The world of entertainment and public life often presents a flawless, meticulously curated facade where major life milestones appear to unfold with seamless perfection. Yet behind the glamorous exterior lies a reality that is frequently unpredictable, deeply emotional, and profoundly human. For those who spend years under the intense scrutiny of television cameras, navigating the transition from public figure to the deeply personal realms of partnership and parenthood can be a complex journey filled with unexpected turns. We watch our favorite personalities navigate friendships, heartbreaks, and career transformations, feeling a sense of connection to their personal evolution over the seasons. When the cameras stop rolling or shift their focus to new chapters, the real stories continue to unfold in ways that no television script could ever fully anticipate, reminding us that life's most defining moments often happen entirely outside of the spotlight. It is within these quiet, unexpected moments that true resilience is tested and the strength of human connection is forged. Before we dive deeper into this remarkable and unfolding journey that has captured the hearts of so many, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the stories that truly move us. The nature of modern celebrity allows audiences to witness the growth of individuals from their initial introduction on reality television to the profound shifts that define their adult lives, creating a shared experience between the viewers and the figures on screen. This bond makes the sudden, unpredictable turns of fate feel all the more impactful, as we collectively witness the courage it takes to face life's sudden changes with grace and determination. Every major milestone represents a threshold, but when that threshold is crossed far earlier than anyone anticipated, it transforms a standard celebratory event into a profound test of faith, patience, and love. The anticipation of expanding a family is a universally understood experience, marked by careful planning, quiet countdowns, and the gradual preparation of a home and a life for the arrival of a new soul. However, human existence rarely adheres to the strict schedules we set for ourselves, and sometimes the universe has a completely different timeline in mind, forcing a sudden shift from anticipation to immediate, high-stakes reality. For a well-known television personality who spent 7 seasons capturing the hearts of audiences through her vibrant personality and navigating the turbulent waters of public friendships and romances, the ultimate chapter of her life was destined to begin not with a quiet, predictable countdown, but with an abrupt, whirlwind sequence of events that would change everything in an instant. This journey, which began under the warmth of the summer sun and the comfort of familiar routines, suddenly shifted gears into a profound medical and emotional marathon that required every ounce of strength from both her and her partner. The transition from a relaxing weekend to an emergency medical situation is a scenario that tests the very core of a relationship, demanding an immediate evolution from romantic partners to a unified front capable of handling immense stress and uncertainty. As the story began to ripple through social media and entertainment news outlets, it became clear that this was not just another routine update from a public figure, but a deeply moving chronicle of a family being forged in the crucible of an unexpected early arrival. The initial signs of change began quietly, during what was supposed to be a standard, peaceful evening, far removed from the high-energy environments typically associated with television production. A sudden shift in physical well-being signaled that the meticulous timeline everyone had envisioned was dissolving, replaced by an urgent and unstoppable reality that would require immediate medical intervention and an extraordinary journey across multiple hospitals. This sudden acceleration of events left those involved with little time to process the magnitude of what was happening, forcing them to rely entirely on their instincts, their bond with each other, and the expertise of medical professionals. The emotional landscape of such an experience is a complex tapestry of anxiety, profound hope, and an overwhelming sense of love that emerges when a new life fights to make its presence known ahead of schedule. As the couple navigated the transition from a local emergency room to a specialized medical center, the reality of their situation became increasingly clear, setting the stage for a dramatic and deeply moving narrative of early parenthood. The public, accustomed to seeing this individual navigate the social dynamics of summer houses and urban lifestyles, was suddenly invited into a much more intimate space, a space defined by hospital corridors, the steady hum of medical equipment, and the quiet, fierce determination of new parents welcoming a child under extraordinary circumstances. This unfolding narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility and resilience of life, capturing the attention of thousands who have followed her journey through various phases of her career and personal development. The sheer speed at which the situation transformed from a normal pregnancy journey into an urgent medical event highlights the unpredictable nature of childbirth and the profound strength required to face such challenges head-on. In the days leading up to this unexpected turn, there were the usual moments of joy and documentation that modern couples share, capturing the glowing anticipation of a future that felt safely on the horizon. Pictures of casual summer outfits, shared meals, and the simple comforts of a weekend getaway gave no hint of the storm of emotions and medical urgency that was about to unfold, making the subsequent events all the more jarring and profound for everyone involved. The juxtaposition of ordinary happy moments with the sudden onset of early labor underscores the theme of life changing in the blink of an eye, a theme that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever faced a sudden crisis. As we prepare to explore the full depth of this gripping and emotional story, the focus remains on the incredible bond that sustained the couple through a grueling 24 hours of uncertainty and transit, leading up to a momentous birth that would redefine their lives forever. The strength displayed during these critical hours highlights a partnership that has been tested under the most demanding conditions imaginable, proving that true connection is amplified, not broken, by the unexpected challenges that life presents. The journey from the first unexpected contraction in the late evening hours to the final, emotional realization of early parenthood is a testament to the enduring power of family, love, and the medical miracles that support new life against the odds. The quiet progression of a summer evening shattered completely at precisely 10 o'clock on a Friday night, marking the exact moment when the predictable timeline of pregnancy dissolved into a sudden, high-stakes medical emergency. Danielle Olivera, then 37 years old and navigating the final stages of a pregnancy that had only been publicly announced a month prior, felt the unmistakable and sudden onset of contractions. This was not the gradual, textbook beginning of labor that expectant mothers prepare for over 9 months, but an aggressive and premature biological signal that arrived a staggering 10 weeks ahead of the anticipated due date. The immediate realization that their baby boy, Aidan Santos Heavey, was determined to enter the world more than 2 months early, instantly transformed a peaceful weekend into a race against time, thrusting Olivera and her partner, Eoin Heavey, into a state of profound vulnerability and intense focus. By 3 o'clock in the morning, as the rest of the world slept, the severity of the situation escalated to the point where an immediate trip to the emergency room in Southampton became absolutely critical. The initial arrival at the local medical facility was merely the first step in a rapidly unfolding crisis, as doctors quickly determined that the premature nature of the labor required a level of specialized neonatal care that only a major regional medical center could provide. This diagnosis triggered an urgent, high-priority ambulance transfer across Long Island to Stony Brook University Hospital, a journey that placed the couple in a state of suspended animation, surrounded by the flashing lights and sirens of an emergency vehicle while processing the terrifying reality of an imminent micro-premature birth. For the next 24 hours, the confines of the hospital became a battleground of medical monitoring, intense contractions, and overwhelming emotional strain, as the medical team worked tirelessly to stabilize Olivera and prepare for a delivery that was now entirely unavoidable. Throughout this grueling ordeal, Eoin Heavey, the 39-year-old Irish tech entrepreneur and former professional tennis player, underwent his own profound transformation from an expectant father waiting for autumn into a pillar of absolute support during a medical crisis. Later describing himself as a nervous, terrified, and sobbing mess, Heavey channeled his anxiety into actionable devotion, remaining glued to a delivery room couch, holding Olivera's hand with a fierce grip that symbolized their shared resilience through every painful contraction. The sheer physical and emotional stamina required to endure those 24 hours of uncertainty tested the absolute limits of their partnership, creating an unbreakable bond in the shadow of potential tragedy. Only hours before the medical chaos erupted, the couple had been enjoying what they assumed was just another normal, happy weekend, even capturing a light-hearted photo of a pair of pizzas they had ordered for dinner. In a poignant retrospective share, Olivera would later look back at the image of that simple meal with a sense of awe, noting how completely oblivious she had been to the fact that those slices of pizza would be the absolute last food she would consume before undergoing the intense physical marathon of childbirth. This stark contrast between the absolute normalcy of a Friday night dinner and the extreme medical emergency that followed just hours later perfectly encapsulates the whiplash experience of premature labor, where life changes completely in the blink of an eye. The physical toll on Olivera was immense, as her body forced a delivery at just 30 weeks gestation, a period where an infant's lungs and vital systems are still profoundly underdeveloped, adding a heavy layer of clinical terror to the already exhausting process of labor. As the hours ticked by inside Stony Brook University Hospital, the initial shock gave way to a focused determination, with Heavey later publicly praising Olivera as being nothing short of amazing for the sheer bravery and strength she exhibited while her body navigated the intense trauma of early labor. The environment of the delivery room was an intense mix of high-tech medical preparation and raw human emotion, with neonatal specialists standing by with incubators and advanced life support equipment, ready to intervene the exact second the infant made his entrance. When Aidan Santos Heavey was finally born on June 21st, a date that poetically coincided with Father's Day, the immediate joy of birth was instantly accompanied by the structured reality of intensive medical intervention. The newborn was immediately transferred to the complex, highly controlled environment of the neonatal intensive care unit, commonly known as the NICU, where he was placed inside an incubator to begin a mandatory 2 to 3 month residency designed to replicate the crucial final weeks of gestation. For Eoin Heavey, the experience of becoming a father for the absolute first time unfolded under the most stressful conditions imaginable, transforming what is traditionally a day of simple celebration into a complex emotional landscape defined by a newborn son fighting for strength inside a medical isolates. The sight of their tiny son surrounded by wires, monitors, and the advanced machinery of modern medicine was a deeply sobering reality for the new parents, yet it also sparked an immediate, overwhelming sense of gratitude for the specialized care that was keeping him safe and stable. Olivera would later confess to her social media followers that she was still deeply processing the events of that wild week and then some, acknowledging the profound emotional hangover that accompanies a sudden, traumatic entrance into motherhood. The sheer speed of the transition, from celebrating a pregnancy announcement in mid-May to holding a micro-premature infant in the NICU by late June, left the couple with zero time for psychological preparation, forcing them to adapt to their new roles as parents in real time while sitting beside a hospital incubator. Despite the overwhelming fear that naturally accompanies a 10-week premature birth, the prevailing sentiment within the hospital room quickly shifted from terror to a quiet, profound happiness that their little guy was finally here and proving to be incredibly resilient. The visual documentation of this period, later shared in a poignant slideshow, traced the dizzying trajectory of their experience, moving rapidly from beautiful, sunny outdoor photos of Olivera proudly showing off her prominent baby bump in vibrant summer clothes to the sterile monochromatic reality of the NICU. One of the most moving images captured from this private family chapter was a tender, black and white photograph showing Olivera and Heavey standing shoulder to shoulder in the intensive care unit, their eyes completely fixed in a loving, protective gaze down toward the incubator holding their tiny son. Across this specific, emotionally charged image, the reality star penned a simple yet incredibly powerful message that resonated with thousands of well-wishers, worth every second, followed by the declaration that they were now officially ready for their biggest adventure yet. This public vulnerability allowed audiences to see past the polished entertainment persona and witness the raw, unfiltered reality of a maternal instinct that looks past the tubes and monitors to see only perfection. The immense relief that Aidan was stable and doing well under the watchful eye of the Stony Brook medical team allowed the new parents to take their first deep breaths after days of sustained panic, anchoring their hope in the steady, positive progress of their newborn. The narrative of Aidan's birth became an instant symbol of survival and hope, capturing the attention of a massive television fan base that had watched Olivera evolve through various personal and professional chapters over the course of nearly a decade. The sheer volume of supportive messages, prayers, and shared stories from other NICU parents that flooded their public profiles served as a powerful reminder of how deeply this raw human experience connected with people from all walks of life. As the second part of this extraordinary journey concluded, the family remained firmly ensconced in the quiet, disciplined routine of the neonatal unit, marking their days not by calendar weeks, but by incremental ounces of weight gained and minor medical milestones achieved by their courageous little boy. The long and disciplined journey inside the neonatal intensive care unit represents a profound psychological shift for new parents, a period where the traditional celebrations of a newborn's arrival are replaced by a quiet, medical routine measured in micro-adjustments, steady weight gains, and the gradual maturation of a tiny human life. For Danielle Olivera and Eoin Heavey, This phase of their lives has become an anchor, grounding them in a reality far removed from the high-energy social scenes and professional demands that previously defined their public personas. To truly understand the depth of their resilience during this crisis, it is essential to look closely at the remarkable paths that brought these two individuals together, shaping the characters that are now facing their greatest parental challenge with such extraordinary unity. Olivera, a proud native of New Jersey, built a formidable reputation over 7 dynamic seasons on Bravo's hit reality series Summer House, where she transitioned from a corporate tech product manager into a fan-favorite television personality known for her fierce loyalty, analytical mind, and unapologetic authenticity. For nearly a decade, viewers watched her navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, professional hurdles, and the ultimate evolution of her own career, making her departure from the main series a significant milestone that led her to new television opportunities, including the vibrant spin-off In the City. It was during this period of professional transition, just last year, that her path crossed with Eoin Heavey, a man whose own background possesses a unique blend of athletic discipline and corporate acumen. Heavey, an Irish tech entrepreneur, first made his mark on the international stage as a competitive professional tennis player, a career path that demands an immense level of mental toughness, individual accountability, and the ability to perform under extreme pressure. After transitioning from the athletic courts to the fast-paced world of technology and business, he brought that same disciplined focus to his entrepreneurial ventures, eventually joining Olivera in the spotlight as a central figure in the urban-focused spin-off series. When these two distinct worlds converged, the chemistry was immediate, built on a foundation of shared ambition, mutual respect, and a deep understanding of what it means to build a life under public scrutiny. However, as their relationship rapidly progressed into a deep, loving partnership, it also encountered the complex real-world realities that often challenge modern couples, particularly regarding the formalization of their bond. The couple has been completely open and transparent about their discussions regarding marriage, making it clear to their supportive followers that while they are deeply committed to a lifelong future together, they are in absolutely no rush to rush down the aisle. A major factor contributing to this patient timeline is the fact that Heavey's formal divorce from his estranged wife is still actively moving through the ongoing legal system. Earlier this month, with the characteristic directness that has made her a beloved figure on television, Olivera addressed this situation head-on during an intimate conversation with BravoTV.com, acknowledging that while Heavey is technically still married, there was absolutely zero overlap between his past relationship and the beginning of their romance. She explained to the public that she understands people will naturally have questions about the timeline of their relationship, and she is completely happy to provide clarity, while simultaneously respecting that it is not entirely her story to tell, since 2 other people are deeply involved. With immense conviction, Olivera stated that with everything inside her, she wanted to ensure people give Eoin a fair chance to do any clarifying he needs, firmly asserting that their relationship did not come from him cheating on his ex-partner, and that no infidelity occurred whatsoever. This mature, balanced approach to navigating complex personal histories further solidifies the strength of the foundation they had built before entering the sudden whirlwind of premature parenthood. The arrival of baby Aidan 10 weeks ahead of schedule has refocused all of their energy away from societal expectations, legal timelines, and public commentary, centering their universe entirely around the small, warm incubator at Stony Brook University Hospital. This experience highlights a universal truth about family. It is not defined by traditional schedules, legal certificates, or perfect conditions, but by the fierce, unwavering commitment of individuals who choose to stand together through the unexpected storms of life. The journey of little Aidan Santos Heavey is far from over, as his dedicated medical team continues to monitor his progress through the critical weeks of early development. But the early signs of his resilience have brought immense comfort to his parents. Every day that passes inside the neonatal unit is a step closer to the moment they can finally bring their son home, a milestone that will mark the official beginning of a brand new, private chapter for the family of 3. The overwhelming wave of support from the entertainment community, fellow reality television stars, and thousands of everyday fans has created a powerful circle of positivity around the family, reinforcing the idea that vulnerability shared openly can become a source of collective inspiration. As Olivera and Heavey continue to document their journey with a blend of raw honesty and profound gratitude, They are rewriting the narrative of what it means to be public figures facing a deeply private trial. The strength of the New Jersey native, combined with the disciplined composure of the Irish athlete turned entrepreneur, has created an ideal parental partnership capable of providing the ultimate sanctuary for their developing child. The story of Aidan's early birth on Father's Day will forever remain a legendary milestone in their family history, a dramatic testament to the fact that the most beautiful adventures in life are often